Oh, this is so cool. Yes, sirree. All right. Hello, hello. Welcome back to LAFTEE. So today I ran an errand and I wanted to go see my buddy Mark. And in his building, there was a young gentleman that I met. His name is Sam. And he and I started to talk. And it was really interesting. So I asked him if I could record our conversation. And he obliged. Thank you, Sam. And so this is our conversation. I think it's pretty enlightening. I think you'll learn a lot from it. So tell me your story.
Yeah. Where were we?
We're at Portugal.
Portugal. Oh yeah. So the first place I went to was Portugal, which was like 2.5 years ago. I was making money online. I had a friend online, and we were just like, okay, where do we want to go to? You kind of just spun them out. It was more just like, this place is close. It's quite cheap from what we've seen in comparison to like other places in Europe and the UK.
Compared to the UK for sure.
Yeah. I ended up staying there for 3 months. He ended up going to the US, to Texas. And when I came back to the UK, as soon as I got off the plane, it was raining, and it was like, what am I doing back here?
What am I doing back here?
So I spent a bit of time with family, and as soon as I could, I just got. So we were just looking, and we were like, okay, where can we go?
So that experience started your foray into kind of like, let me try this, or you gained some confidence. Was that a plan?
Yeah, it kind of just happened because that was my first experience of like living alone as well.
Gotcha.
Like by myself, because I was living with parents before that.
Sure. How old are you?
I am 24.
Gotcha.
24. And then, yeah, going to Portugal was like, that was kind of the catalyst. It was like, damn, okay.
Eye-opening, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like sun all the time. Like, why would I live in the UK?
What are conversations that your friends in the UK are having when you come back home? What are they dealing with?
It's interesting because I don't really have friends in the UK. Like all the friends that I went to school with, they all went to university.
Mm-hmm.
At the time when they all went to university, I was like looking into like online businesses and trying to make money online and go down that route. It wasn't like I cut them off, but it was more just like we kind of went different paths.
Sure, that makes sense. Everybody's trying to pursue their careers or their goals or their passions.
And then like when we met back up, it's just such different priorities in life, such different focuses. Like they were all talking about like university, like getting girls and stuff like that. I was like, is that it? Well, the only ones I've met out here, and then they're back in the UK. Okay. So it's a similar kind of mindset where they've been traveling, they understand all of this kind of thing.
Sure. So you found a little bit of a tribe in Southeast Asia. Or...
That's the other thing as well, is that before I started traveling, I thought I was a bit crazy. Because it was like, I'd met people online that were into like self-development, like making money, business, stuff like that. But I never really met that many people in person that were into the same thing. Because where I'm from, it's not really a big thing. It's not, because I'm from a small town near Liverpool, in the UK. When I started meeting people that were into the same thing, I was like, damn,
there's a lot of people out there like you.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
So, but Southeast Asia, that was when it really changed because I wasn't working at that time. I wasn't really doing anything.
You had some savings.
Yeah, just stuff that I'd made and then living off that. All we were doing was eating, training Muay Thai, and going to the beach.
Muay Thai, that's awesome, dude.
That was it. All we're doing is training Muay Thai. Why don't we just go to Thailand?
So that compelled you to like go to Chiang Mai or Bangkok?
Yeah, it was like one morning. I remember Matt is my mate that I was there with. We were sharing an apartment, and we just woke up one day and was like, "Should we just go to Thailand?" And then it was like 30 minutes later, like, yeah, let's just do it. Booked the flights. 2 days later, then just left for Thailand.
With the knowledge that you know now and the experience you had in Thailand, would you do something different? Would you recommend somebody do like the same thing you did? Hey, you know what? Or did you think something could have been better that you...
I'd have done it the exact same way that I've done it.
Or was there any hurdles that you had to face that you felt like, man, if I would have had this thing done, this would have been so much better, or if I could change it?
The only thing I can think of is working.
Working, gotcha.
If I'd have focused more on work when I first came here, like everything would have, how do I want to say it, like snowballed more.
God.
Like if I would have been consistent and focused on one specific thing, then it would have been.
Having a revenue stream, having some income
Yeah.
coming in, then you could have probably did some other things that you wanted to do
Yeah.
better or more.
Been way easier, yeah. But I wouldn't have changed it. Like the experiences I've had, it's just been incredible. But yeah, then the first place that we went to was Phuket. The first day there, I was like checked into the resort because it was like a big resort hotel thing, which was incredible. Went for this local restaurant and got a pad thai, and I didn't know the currency conversion. I didn't know what it was. They said it was 60 baht for this pad thai. I was like, all right, okay, here's
60 baht.
I'd heard it wasn't expensive. So
Okay.
we go back to the resort, I kind of translate what 60 baht is into pounds. And I was like,
You're blown away.
it was £1. I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's insane. But yeah, like after that point, the weather, the lifestyle, everything, I just knew. I was like, okay, I'm not going home.
And what does DaNang do for you here? What do you think?
It's got everything. It's just so easily livable. My thing when I want to stay in a place for a long time, I'm big on like energy. So like when I feel that the energy is good here, that's probably the biggest thing for me. Like it's got the beach, the weather, the people are kind, people are nice. Everyone seems more like optimistic.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's kind of contagious, right? Optimism, or if you're in an area where people are complaining, you're probably going to complain. But if you're in an area where there's a lot of optimism, it could be contagious. And to your point, the vibe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%. It's like you are the sum of the five people that you surround yourself with. So it's like if you're surrounded by pessimism, then it's a sticky energy. It's gonna like rub off on you as well. Just like optimism as well.
Sure.
It's like the UK, to me, most people are pessimistic. Right? It's very like sarcastic but I think it's the weather, honestly.
Oh,
Like-
well, London, I know it rains a lot.
Yeah. Because if the UK was the same weather as this, I think it would be more optimistic.
Where do you think the pessimism is coming from besides just weather? Because I think weather could be a component. But what do you think some of the people in the UK are struggling with, or whether they're searching for? What's their stresses? What are the challenges?
That's a good question. But besides weather, I mean, everyone's conditioned the same way. It's like you go through school and you're programmed to believe that the right thing to do is what everyone else is doing. Like everyone should either get a job or go to uni, then get a job after that, get a career, and just don't do things that are like outside of the norm. If that makes sense.
When you say condition, meaning kind of like culturally, what you've been conditioned to
culturally.
do. To your point, the uni, get a job, get 2.5 kids or whatever.
Yeah,
it is, get the house. In the States, we call it the American dream, where you get the white picket fence, the kids, the family, and then you work, 9 to 5 or whatever it is that you do.
What was the initial question again? I forgot.
The initial question is, what do you think is the reason why people in the UK might be going to places, or why are you going to Chiang Mai? Or why are you going to DaNang? What is the UK doing that, or not doing, that is compelling people like yourself or other travelers to leave?
I honestly think it's that. I think it's environment. Like the energy is definitely more pessimistic.
And why is that then? Where's the pessimism coming from?
It's a really good question. That's what I'm thinking. Because there's a lot of different things going on in my mind when you ask that question. Like the weather's obviously one, because it's like people say it's a miserable weather. So even the word miserable is like, okay, it's pessimistic. But also I think it's just probably just passed down as well. Just maybe from
What's passed down?
that pessimism.
I see.
Well, I think it's just more like people think that they should do this, and if they're not doing this, what everyone else is doing, then that's wrong. So it's kind of like they're being forced to do something that they don't want to do. Probably the work scene as well. Like most people just do like 9 to 5 that they don't necessarily enjoy that much. I think here is definitely Thailand is more optimistic and more chill because of the Buddhism. I can definitely see how Buddhism's integrated into just society and everything, which is more chill.
I do notice that about the people in Thailand when I was in Bangkok. Yeah, very friendly, very what is it? The land of smiles, right?
Yeah. Land of smile. The pessimism thing's interesting. You really got me thinking because I don't know. I can only speak about the people that I was surrounded by. And
Why do you think they were pessimistic then?
the people I was surrounded
Yeah.
by? I could only really sense it when I'd been outside of the country. When I'd been in a place that wasn't that pessimistic. Like I was alone or whatever. I could kind of curate my own space. I know that my parents love them, nothing against them. They are more pessimistic. So I can only really speak about people around me. But I think it's just just
I think
so.
pessimism and optimism both are future focused, right? Or it can be, or oftentimes is, right?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, if pessimism and optimism is future focused, that doesn't bode well for someone that's a pessimist, right? Or
Yeah, they are definitely both future because it's an optimism of what? Optimism of the future.
because we're not optimistic or pessimistic about our past, right? That's not a descriptor that we use about our past. Could be a descriptor about our present. It's usually future. So what does the future hold for you for right now? Or is it the future like 2 months from now? Is it 2 weeks from now? Or where are you headed?
Yeah, I think I'll stay here till the visa runs out, and then after that, probably go to Chiang Mai, or maybe because my friends live in Cyprus now, so I might go to Cyprus for a bit, and then visit my family in the UK, and then come back out here. But the future, honestly, is just keep working on what I'm doing, keep building.
The online business?
Yeah, the online stuff, and then go from there because that's the main focus really. Just while staying present and keeping the spiritual side of things in mind as well.
What would you say is a skill that you've acquired that helps you kind of travel Southeast Asia? What's a trait that you have, or what's a trait that you admire that people seem to be successful as an expat, or quality about yourself?
Okay, there's kind of two answers that I'm thinking of that come to mind. One is a little bit more deep, and the other one is it's kind of just like it is a skill. The skill is talking to people.
Interesting. So making friends.
Yeah, but yeah, just being able to talk to kind of anyone, kind of thing. Like being open to talking to people. Because I know when I was younger, back in the UK, this was a skill I learned in the UK. It's a bit weird to talk to random people in the UK, unless you're at the pub, like you're drinking.
Right.
That's the time you can talk to people. But it's like everyone kind of wears a mask in the UK. But it's like it's a bit weird to talk to strangers.
Okay.
Talk to random people. So I kind of learned to. Well, there's a fear there, so it's kind of like learn to how to talk to everyone.
Overcome that.
Yeah. So I think that'd be the first one because that puts you in situations where things can snowball. Like you meet one person, and then you might have experiences with them, or they'll introduce you to other people, and then you'll find out this, and then you'll be able to. Your network kind of expands, and then, especially when you're traveling by yourself, it can. I don't really often feel it now, but it can be lonely if you're not, because as humans,
you're not making friends.
Yeah, as humans, we need some kind of like social connection. So that's the like skill side of things. The more deep side of things, I would say, being content within yourself.
Interesting. What does that mean?
So that's more like I guess spiritual side of things, but
Okay.
it depends on it. Like however you want to connect with that, something internally. So whether if you believe in God, having a relationship with God. If you believe more in, I don't know what it is, like the universe or whatever, just being able to enjoy your own company. And I think that if you have that, because for me, that's the most important thing in life anyway, is having some kind of connection with whatever you want to call it, the divine, nature, the flow of life. Because if you trust in that and trust that that has your back at all times, you care a lot less about what happened in the outside.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, I think that makes sense, and I don't want to put words in your mouth. So, but from what you're describing to me, it sounds like something that might be that's internal, that is rooted in who you are, that keeps you grounded, sane, content, whatever that might be, and not fall too much out of that. It's internal. That's more kind of like, okay, this is what's going to ground me, or this is what is stable. This is what I know to be true, and then go from there.
Yeah. And that's like a principle for anyone in life, really. Right? And not even just people that travel as well.
Sure,
Like
that
being
makes sense.
content with.
But that helps when because there's obviously challenges with travel, like you mentioned, loneliness, moving around, all those things, right? Yeah, definitely making friends is
That's
helpful.
Definitely because that comes into handy like a lot. Just being able to talk to people, because it's like a lot of like even trying to find an apartment. Sometimes, like the last apartment I was staying in, I would just walk into different places, ask them if they had an apartment, or ask people that were just around or I'd met or anything that would if they knew anywhere that had an apartment.
Just one last thought. If you could like offer some insight or advice to people your age, people in the UK, people that are thinking of being an expat,
Yeah.
what are one or two things that you think they should consider or do?
I would say don't think too much about it. If you've got the the feeling or the desire to want to like come to a place like this and live as an expat or whatever you want to call it, digital nomad, whatever, just book the flight and do it. Like if you've got money saved up, just come to the place first. Don't come with the idea of that you're going to live here, because a lot of the times that's a bit more on the brain. It's a bit more. Like there's more resistance to do it with the brain. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go here for a year, and what am I gonna do? I would just say if you've got the money, just book a flight, come here, see if you like it. If you like it, stay. If you don't like it, then go back to the UK.
You explained that in a way that I totally connect with. There's a book that I read a long time ago. I can't remember the name of it, but there's it's blue. It's called the lean principle, the lean something. It's basically about getting a feedback loop. So what you've done when you talk about that is you have an idea in the feedback loop. It starts with an idea, and the idea is I want to go overseas or wherever. I want to go travel, and then it goes to research, and then whatever that research is, because we will do some research about destination, and then it goes to action. And so we actually go to that place. And I think when you were talking about just do it, because there's a tendency that we don't go to that place, we've already acted it in your head, and then that stopped us from actually doing the action. Then after the action that you do it, then you get the results. Am I happy? What's the result of that? And then we analyze it, the results. And then when you analyze the results, is maybe I should go someplace else, whatever the situation is. And then we either tweak it or we find a new idea. We either tweak the outcome, and a lot of that circle works on two main principles that if you want to be successful, I believe is going to be time. Can I get that feedback loop quickly, and then cost? Because if you have a high cost, then you could really hurt yourself. Or if you spent a long time, you could feel like you wasted a lot of time. So you just did your feedback loop, right? You're like, hey, I have this idea. I'll go do it. And if I can save some time or money to find the result or to analyze it, then I can either tweak it or I just change it and do something else.
And a lot of the times as well, if you don't take action and actually come here, the mind will find ways to be like, oh, well, where am I going to live? What apartment? And it'll find different ways to be like, well, you shouldn't do it. And then that just builds more resistance as well.
You just figure it out along the way, right?
It's always, I mean, I suppose it's different, like, because even when I hadn't come out here, it was like, how do you find an apartment or anything like that? Well, it's you don't know until you get here anyway, and you'll always find out a way. I like if someone's never been outside, like to a place like this before, to live, it's like figure out what the resistance is as to why you're not doing it, because you do want to do it. Then it's all it's a matter of doing is just taking action and then buy a flight, come here, and then figure out the rest on the way. Figure out what the resistance is that's stopping you from doing it. And like you said with the feedback loops there, the first step to be able to get the information to take iteration from is action. Because otherwise, if you don't take the action, then it's all just mental.
It's all in your head.
Yeah, literally. So then when you take the action, you book the flight, then you'll just figure it out.
How can people find you? How can people connect with you? Are you on social media or?
Yeah, I'm on. I have Instagram.
Okay. Do you want people to connect with you?
if they want to, yeah. If they want to ask me questions about.
All right. So I'll post your Instagram on the video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Super insightful.
It's good.
So I hope you enjoyed the video. I had to edit some of the things down as it was too long. But tell me what you think. I'm sure some of the conversation that Sam and I had were useful to some people. And for others, it probably didn't make any sense. These types of conversations are really interesting to me. It can open up doors and topics to let us know what can be useful. What was baloney? What can we use to be a better, more successful expat? Thank you so much for watching. Please comment. Please subscribe. Please share. Again, I am privileged and grateful for your support, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
Woo!